Hello friends, welcome back to a new video. In this video, we are going to learn about conditional statements in JavaScript, which is another most important concept. But before that, if you have not subscribed till now, please make sure you subscribe. Okay, now let's get into topic. And one more thing friends, in the last video, we have discussed about statement and expression in JavaScript. If you have not seen that, just go and check that. You will get more clarity about statements and expressions in JavaScript. Okay, now let's come into topic. Conditional statement, it tells whether a piece of code should run or not. So basically we'll have some set of statements, and that statements will execute only if the specified condition is true. Okay, for example, generally if you want to give file permissions only to the admin in the system, then we'll write a condition as if user equal to admin, then code, then give all the permissions to him. So just like that, here there are two types in conditional statements. One is if else and the other one is switch case. Okay, we'll discuss about switch case in the next video. For now, let's talk about if else. Okay, let's see the syntaxes of them. Here we have different syntaxes in three boxes. In the first one, if and inside this parenthesis there is a condition. So this is how we have to give the condition. If this condition is true, then this code is executed inside this block. Okay, this entire if block is called statement. Okay, next we have in the second box we have one more type called if else. So here else part is going to be added. So if the above condition is false, then this else part is going to be executed. Okay, now we have one more part, that is multiple conditions. So if first condition is true, then this code will execute. If the second condition is true, then this second statement is going to be executed. If both are false, then alternatively we'll write else part and that will execute. Okay, this is about if else in JavaScript. So let's see them more clearly in Visual Studio Code. Okay, I'm in my VS Code, guys. Here I have written already again syntax. So let's see them one by one. I'm creating a variable first. I'm calling it as first name, and I'm writing here something called Srikanth. Okay, so let's write our first if block, if statement. Here I'm giving condition. So this is how you have to give condition inside parenthesis. First name equal to, let's say, Srikanth. Okay, now I'm opening curly brackets, and here we have to write the statements. Here I am writing I am in if block. Okay, I'm in if block. Now let's see what we are going to get in as output. You see, we got I am in if block output. Now let's go to VS Code and let's change this. I'm removing them. Now SNTH is only there. So let's check now. You can see I still got the same output. That is because I have already told you in the previous videos, whenever we are assigning something, we use one equal. But whenever we are checking something, we have to use double equal operators, right? So let's see them. Now see that output is disappeared. So we won't get anything now. Let's go to VS Code and okay, let's change this to normal Srikanth. Okay, this is about if block. Okay, now I'll write one more thing. So variable a equal to 23, and let's check another variable b equal to, let's say, 33 here. Okay, now if a greater than b, okay, I am doing something. I'm not taking curly brackets here. If a greater than b, I am writing console.log hello. Okay, next again console.log. Here I will write I am second hello. Okay, let's see. Now obviously we know that this condition is false. A is not greater than b, right? But let's see this. You can see we still got I am second hello, even though that condition is false. So that means what I am saying is, if we are using multiple statements, we should always put them inside the curly brackets. Okay, because JavaScript will not know that if this statement is belong to this if block or not if you don't put that curly braces. But if you have only one statement like this, then you can remove them and you can copy this and you can paste this over here. It will make our code look more cleaner, right? Now let's go to Google Chrome. Okay, you can see we got that output got disappeared because a is not greater than b. So remember, whenever we are using multiple statements, we have to use in curly brackets. If there is only one statement, then you just write directly like this. Okay, now let's go to if else. But before that, I have to explain you about one more function, predefined function, that is prompt. Okay, let's see that. So we have been discussing from the starting about alert function. what is the purpose of alert function? It will display something. So whatever I write here, it will display something. In the same way, prompt is a function that is predefined in JavaScript. So prompt also show pop-up and display message, but along with that, prompt will ask the user input. Okay, for example, if you want something from user and if you want to store that in a separate variable and you want to work with that variable, then you can use prompt. Okay, I'll write prompt prompt. Okay, here, hello, tell me your name. So let's see what we are going to get in the output. I'm opening Chrome. Okay, let's okay this and let's refresh. First one is alert, hello world, this is alert, and the second one is, you can see, hello, tell me your name, and then input. If I write my name here, it will disappear again, you know. But if you store that in a separate variable, then we can access that. So this is how prompt variable will work. Okay, just remember them, and let's comment this out. This will disturb us a lot. Okay, now let's see about this if else. So I am taking a variable called variable number equal to prompt, again prompt prompt. Here let's save that number in a separate variable. So enter a number. Okay, I am taking a number from user only. Now let's write if block. So if that number, whatever the number he has given, is greater than 0, or you already know about this OR operator, we have discussed that in the last video. Okay, number is equal to 0. Okay, then we will write output as console.log positive number. Okay, positive number. Else see, you have to write else after this only, or you can write even here also, but it's a good practice to write there. Okay, else console.log negative, negative negative number. Okay, negative number. Now let's go to Chrome and see what we'll get. Let's refresh this again, press enter. Okay, I'll refresh it again. Okay, enter a number, you got that. Let's enter 5 here. You can see positive number. I'll refresh this again and enter a number, means this time I'll enter negative number and we'll get something called -1. We'll enter that. Okay, so we can see we got negative number. So this is how, based on some specific condition here, this statement will execute. If that condition is not going to be false, if this number is not greater than 0, or if this number is not equal to 0, then this statement will execute, else part. So this is about if and else. Now let's see else if ladder, where we have multiple conditions. So here this is a syntax again. Okay, now we have a question, we have a problem statement here. If the time is between 6 and 12, then we have to print good morning. Okay, here this is n. Okay, now if the time is between 12 to 6, then we have to print good afternoon, otherwise good evening. Okay, now we have two conditions here. If the time is between 6 and 12, good morning, or if the time is between 12 and 6, good afternoon, or else good evening. Okay, let's see them one by one. If time is, actually let's take a time variable first. Variable time equal to, here we are only giving time, let's say 10. Now inside if, let's take, actually let's comment this out, everything. Now if that time greater than or equal to 6, okay, from 6 to 12, good morning, no, so from 6 AM to, here we have to use ampersand operator. It means it will check for both conditions, both must be true. And then time less than 12. Okay, now we have to print console.log, we have to print good morning. Okay, else if, here you have to write else if, second condition, time greater than or equal to 12, ampersand, time less than 6. Okay, from 6 AM to 12 PM, good morning. From 12 PM to 6, good evening, right? Am I correct? Okay, I guess I am correct. Okay, here we will write console.log good afternoon. Okay, or final else part. Here we will write console.log good evening. Okay, now let's go to Chrome and see the output. Actually, refresh this once. Okay, we did not get anything. Time greater than 6, 12. Okay, everything is fine. Let's go to Google Chrome. Yeah, we already got that output. Good morning. Okay, let's now change this value. Let's change this to something like 3 o'clock. Good evening. Okay, we are getting that output. It means you can see if the first condition is true, only this one is executing and control flow is coming out of the block, out of entire if block. Okay, this is how this work. For example, if the first condition is false, then the control flow will check the second condition. If this is true, then it will execute this and it will come out that block. Okay, now remember what I told you at the starting. If there are only one statement, we need to remove this curly braces. It will make our code look more cleaner. So let's do that now. Okay, I'll cut this and I'll paste it over here, and let's remove this space, and let's remove this also. Just copy it and paste it over here and remove that spaces from here. Now you can see code is looking more clear, more cleaner. Okay, now let's go to Chrome. You can see we already got the output. So this is about if else statements in the JavaScript that are going to be executed only if the specified condition is true. Okay, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care.